We're going to talk about borrowing money. And before we do, if I could just ask you to take a second to subscribe to our YouTube channel, that will enable you to find the video quickly if you need to refer back to it, and to find the other content that we have on YouTube, and also to be notified straight away when we upload new content. So thank you for that. So on to borrowing money. There may be times in your business when you find that you do need to borrow some money, either because you need to make a large purchase, perhaps some equipment or some machinery, or you need to just support your regular cash flow. Before you actually go about borrowing money, it is important that you understand and have a clear idea of why you need to borrow the money, if it's a cash flow issue, how that actually arose in the first place, and most importantly is to ensure that you will actually be able to repay the money that you've borrowed. As we've talked about in other areas, it is good practice at all times to have a short and a long-term cash flow projection. And before borrowing money, you should actually update those cash flow projections to include, firstly, the repayments for the loan, the money itself, if it's coming into your cash flow, but also any additional profit. For example, if you're buying a piece of machinery, you will have some expectation that that's going to then increase your income. So you should take some time to think of all the different aspects that are going to be affected by you borrowing the money, both the repayments themselves and any impact that the purchase or the money is expected to have on your business going forward. And of course, it is really important to make sure that the projections are realistic and that the repayments are affordable and therefore are the right thing for your business. So once you know exactly how much you need to borrow and you've worked out what is the most affordable term for you. So when I say that, obviously, the shorter the term, then the less interest you'll pay, but you also need to make sure that the payments are realistic and that you'll be able to meet them. So once you've determined those things, then you can set about researching who's going to be able to offer that on the best terms and the best rate. When you're borrowing money for your business, it's really important that you understand exactly who is liable for the repayments in the context of your business. If you're a sole trader, then as we've talked about in other sections, there's no distinction between you and the business. So in effect, you are personally liable. So in the event that the business itself can't make the repayments for the commitment, then you will be expected to pay them yourself, and your personal assets could be at risk. And that is really important that you understand that. If you trade as a limited company, then the company is a separate entity from yourself. But it's important to know that if you've given a personal guarantee to the lender, then that guarantee is what you're actually saying is that if the company is not able to make the payments, then I commit to make those personally. So then there is a personal liability, but if not, then the company is a separate entity. So as long as there's no wrongdoing, then there would be no personal liability, which would be ultimately the predominant reason for choosing to go that route in your trading style. Of course, before entering into any agreement and signing the agreement and receiving the funds, it is really, really important that you fully read the agreement firstly, and you ensure that you understand exactly what you're committing to and exactly what the terms are, what's required of you. And if you're not sure about that, then you should take professional advice on that. So a really quick overview on borrowing money and the things to be aware of, and I hope that that helps. And please do remember, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do have a lot of content available to support you in the running of your business and hopefully to help you be successful. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.